Hi, welcome to my video tutorial. This is all about different things that you can do with photo templates. I do have a different video that shows how to place images into a photo template using GIMP. This is now you have the photo template filled out, and this is some of the other things that you can do with your photo templates to make them your own. So today I'm going to go over how to change either the outline or border color, how to change the color of the background or add an image to the background, how to how to size the template inside the canvas, make it larger or smaller, how to add and edit the text, and adding a drop shadow. So let's go to the template file. I have it open here already. And so like I said before, I already have another video tutorial that shows you how to place all these images inside the image boxes using GIMP. So today I'm working with a number 5 template here. I'm going to put together like a birthday invitation just to kind of show you all the different things that you can do inside of GIMP with photo templates. So first of all, we're going to change. So we're going to do number 1 here. We're going to change the outline border color. So first you want to find that layer. Here it's called black outline layer. And so if you turn the eyeball off, that gets rid of the outline. If you don't want an outline, you can just turn that off. So here, if you want to actually make the outline a different color, you want to turn that layer off. Then you want to go down to the layer, bottom of the layers palette, and you want to add a new layer. So create a new layer, say okay. And then here's your new blank layer. Then you want to go click over inside the layers palette. Then you want to click over to the paths palette. And here's the outline. So you want to turn that on, and here you can see I turned it on. It's got the red outline now. So then what you want to do is you want to change this a different color. So let's see here. You can either do it 2 ways. You can either double click on the number here or on the path, and then it opens up the paths, or you can also click on this, which is the paths tool. So now you want to choose a new color. Right now it's black. I'm going to just double click on that. That opens up the color picker. I want to change it to like a teal. That looks nice. I'm going to say okay. And then you go here on the left hand side and you're going to want to say stroke path. Then you want solid color. Choose your line width. I'm going to say 10 is fine. And then you're going to say stroke. That adds the stroke. You can go back over to the layers palette, or the paths palette actually. Turn that eyeball off to unselect the path. Go click on the layers palette, and now you will see your new layer. And I go and kind of click on the move tool just to click off that. So here you can see that you've got a blue outline layer around the number 5 instead of the black now. Technically, if you don't need the black anymore, you could delete it. Just click on that layer, click the X, deletes that layer. Now it's not in your way anymore. Okay, so now what we're going to do, now that we've done that, we're going to change the background to a color. We'll do that first. So you're going to want to go down to the bottom layer in the layers palette. It's called background. You're going to click on that. And then let's choose a color first. So we're going to go back to the left-hand side, the color picker. Double click on that to get that color picker again. Let's click here. That's a nice gold. That's fine. That's a good color just to kind of show. Say okay. Then you're going to go to the top toolbar menu, go edit, and then you're going to say fill with foreground color, because that's the box we changed the color there, because otherwise the other one's the white and that's the background color. So we're going to click fill with foreground color. Boom. There we go. Now the background is that gold color. So that's fairly easy to fill the background with any color you like. And then you don't want it anymore, just go edit, undo fill, and it goes back to the white. So now we're going to do it where we want to place an image in the background. So make sure you're again clicked on the background layer. Go file at the top, go open. You're going to choose your image. So I have a balloon background here. I'm going to choose, say open. And then I'm going to say convert to GIMP color space. Here we go. So now we have this balloon. I say select all at the top, edit copy. Then you're going to click on your template. You're going to say edit, paste. And it'll paste that right in the background. So before you want to anchor it down here, before you want to anchor the floating selection, I want to change the opacity of this first. So I'm going to go to this opacity slider here in my layers. I want to make it a little lighter because I just want it in the background. I'm going to click down to, let's see here, about 60%. Get down. There we go. And see, that makes it just like a nice light color in the background. Maybe a little bit darker just to show the balloon detail. There we go. So now we're going to click at the bottom of the layers palette on this green anchor. And that just anchors the floating layer to the background. There. Now our background is the balloons. So now we've changed the background. So next on my list here, we're going to do how to size the template inside the canvas. Okay, so let's click back. So what we're going to want to do first is we're going to compress all these layers together just so that we can move it. So I'm going to click on the top layer, which is that new outline layer. And then we're going to go to image. We're going to say, well, first of all, actually, we're going to turn off the background layer because we just want the visible, we just want all the template layers. We don't want the background. So we're going to go to back up to the top. We're going to go to image. We're going to say merge visible layers. So when the eyeballs are on, that means they're all visible. When the eyeball is off, they're not visible. So we're going to say merge visible layers. Expand it as necessary. That's fine. They all do the same thing. So say merge for this purposes at least. So now we have all of those merged together. See, now they're one image. And then we can turn the background back on. There we go. So now we have our background and we have just our template itself. So let's see here. Now we go over to the left-hand side tools, and here we go. We got scale tool. We can click on that. Let me just click and drag. We can make it a little bit smaller. Say scale. There we go. And so now we made it a little bit smaller inside there. Or if you want to make it bigger, I'm going to do a Command Z, undo that. Then you're just going to click and drag larger. You want to make it larger inside. And then click over here, click on the scale. There we go. Yeah, I like that. And so then I'm going to go over to the left-hand side again and click on my move tool. Then I can kind of just move my number inside here. There. So now, so you can make it any size you want. Bigger, smaller, depending on the size of your canvas. So I'm working on a 5x7 size canvas because I'm making it an invitation. But you know, if it's an 8.5x11, then you could put a couple of numbers in there. Or even this, you could put as, you know, once you've filled out the 0, you can make it a 50th birthday invitation. Whatever your creativity wants and whatever you're needing for your application. So now what we're going to do is we're going to either add or edit text. So let's add some text into the template. So let's go over to the left-hand side. You're going to want to select this text tool right here. So you're going to click on that. And so I want the text to be black. So I'm going to be working in this left-hand side here. So I'm going to double click on the color picker again. I'm just going to easily select this. This is black. Say OK. And so then I'm going to click and drag, which is going to give me a text box that I can start typing in. I'm going to type happy. I'm going to say happy 5th birthday. So happy. And then you can go in and change. I'm going to do all the changes for my text in this left-hand side editor because it globally changes it so that every time I put a text box, it'll be the same size, the same font. So let's see here. What do we got? I'm going to just say M. Look at this. We got all these others. Oh, Manolo bold. That looks good. Let's change it to that. There we go. That looks nice. And see here, it's already got this some separation, the A to B. Kind of gives it some spacing. I don't want as much spacing. Let's go down a little bit more. There we go. So there's that happy. I'm going to click on the move tool. I can kind of move this around a little bit. Now I want to add, I click on the text tool again, go over here. I'm going to add a TH. Oh, that's a little too big. Let's click. I'm going to delete that one. Okay, let's try that again. Let's click on the text tool and get off of that happy. There we go. All right, click and drag. I'm just going to make it bigger than the thing just so I can TH. There we go. I don't want it that big, so then I want to select it. I'm going to go, this time I'm going to change it over here real quick. Just make it a little bit smaller. Oh, making it bigger. Let's make it smaller. Let's go down to like 130. Let's see what that looks like. 125. A little bit smaller. 120 pixels. That's good. All right, then I'm going to click on the move tool again. So I can kind of, oh, accidentally did the background. Sure. There we go. There, fifth. And then let's do the last text box at the bottom. Click on the text tool again. Make that bigger. See, and because I didn't change it over here on the left-hand side, it went back to what the original setting was for the happy, so that's good. So then I can say birthday, happy birthday. There we go. I'm going to click on the move tool. Oh, I keep Command Z, put the background back. Okay, click on the text. There we go. I'm going to kind of just center it there. There we go. So we got happy 5th birthday. I'm going to click on the template or the number 5, the move tool, because I want to slightly move it. That TH is getting too close to the edge. Then I click on the TH with the move tool. Move that over. There we go. Nice. Now we've got our happy 5th birthday. So that's easy, adding text, editing text. And then the last thing is adding a drop shadow. So let's go back. Okay, so I want to click on the layer I created where I have my images and my outline. I go to the top and I'll go filters. I go light and shadow, and we want to go to drop shadow. Just drag this box out of the way. See there, you can already see that added a nice shadow to it. So you can change the opacity and change the positioning. Or make it a little bit darker there so you can kind of let it see it a little bit more. See, here's the preview, so you can click off to see, you can see where it really made it pop out of the background. Let's click it off again. Get back on. Ooh, that is really dramatic. And you can change the blur radius. I'm going to put it down. Ooh. Oh, let's go back up. There, that looks nicer. Nice, softer. I think I'm going to go back down, make it a little bit more opaque again. There. So you can play around with it, make it your own. And you say OK. There. Now the drop shadow is applied to your layer. Perfect. So here we go. We have happy 5th birthday. That's what I made. You can make anything you want. Every template's slightly different. Obviously, if you're working with squares or circles or other shapes or numbers and letters, and I know I do things like states and countries and different things like that too. So, but these is the basic stuff to kind of show you a few things that you can do with photo templates inside of GIMP. Again, there is another tutorial. It shows you how to place the images inside of the template using GIMP. So if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message or add something in the video comments. But yeah, hopefully this has helped, and I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day.